People say life is always good, but my life is not as good as everybody thinks it is. I want to start off by introducing myself. Hi, my name is Mayra. I was born on September 29, 2000. Before I was born, my real dad left my mom. I don't know if it was because of him being an alcoholic or if I just wasn't good enough for him. He had 2 other kids. They were both older than me. There was a boy and a girl. They were spoiled rotten, is what both my sisters said. Later on, my mom found another guy named Marvin Grande. Yes, he was a great guy, but then I got older, and I was about the age of 6 when this had happened. But my mom was in the kitchen cooking dinner, and usually my stepdad would be at work still, but he got out early. Well, he was in the living room watching TV when my mom was making dinner. Marvin got up from the couch and went into the kitchen to get something. I was in my room about to go out and ask my mom if there's anything I could do to help. So I went out, but when I did, my mom and Marvin were fighting about something stupid. I'm not totally sure what it was about, but he had a knife pointed at her, and I was standing at the kitchen doorway. They didn't notice I was there yet until Marvin threw the knife down, trying to hit my mom's foot with it, but I missed, and I started crying. My mom said,
"Sweetie, go to your room."
I did as I was told, but instead of sitting on my bed, I grabbed my teddy bear and went to my closet. I sat there for maybe 20 minutes up to an hour because they couldn't find me. A few hours later they did, and we ate dinner and went to bed. On May 15, 2006, it was late at night. It was just my mom and I. We were sleeping out in the living room. Usually Marvin would be home by now, but he wasn't. We didn't know where he was. But anyway, as we were watching TV, my mom fell asleep on me, and a few minutes later, I was out like a light bulb. It was 2 hours later, I woke up to the sound of howling. I woke my mom up crying because I was scared. She said,
"What's wrong, sweetie?"
I looked at her, then back at the sliding doors and said, "I heard howling." My mom went to the sliding doors, opened them, and the dogs took off running. My mom and I went back to bed. It's Saturday morning. My mom is in the kitchen cooking pancakes for my family. Everyone is going to be here. They all say it's a special occasion. My sister and I are sitting at the table waiting to eat when there's a knock at the door. My sister and I stand up from the table and go to the door. I open and let everyone in. My sister said,
"Dang, we have a lot of family."
She's right, we do have a lot of family. We barely know any of our family. That's mostly because they all live in different states. After everyone found a seat, my parents started bringing the food out. While I got everybody something to drink, and my sister passed out napkins and silverware. Once my parents got done getting the food, they said that we should all introduce ourselves, starting with my parents. My mom was the first. She said,
"Hey, my name is Arena Grande. I'm 43 years old, and I'm so glad you all could make it. I can't wait to spend more time with you."
Everyone smiled. Then it was my dad's turn. He said the same thing my mom did.
"I'm Marvin Grande. I'm 45 years old, and I'm glad you all could make it. And maybe all of us guys can get together before you guys leave, and the girls can go shopping and have a spa day."
My dad sat down, and everybody was so excited. I walked in the kitchen to finish getting the drinks, and then walked back out to the dining room table and gave everyone their drinks and started walking to my seat. Before I sat down, I said, "My name is Mayra. I'm 16 years old, and I love to talk to people. Thank you for coming to visit my family and I. I take my spot at the dining room table as my sister introduces herself. She says,
"My name is Mabel. I love that I get to meet all my family, and I can't wait to find out why you all are here. Not that I don't want you here, I'm just curious."
She took her seat and everyone started to eat their food. There was a knock on the door when I was done eating. I turned to my mom to see her looking at everyone. I got up and said, "I'll get the door." I went to the door and a guy with a black suit was standing at the door. I looked behind him and saw a limo. He said, "Is Ariana Grande here?" I looked back from the limo and said, "Yes, she is. Would you like me to get her?" He looked down at me and said, "Yes, that would be great, thank you." I turned around and walked to the dining room table. My mom wasn't there. I asked my dad where my mom went, and he said she was in the kitchen. I walked in the kitchen and said, "Mother, there is a man at the door asking for you. I'm sure it is very important because he came in a black suit and is riding in a limo." My mom's eyes got big. She went to the door and saw the man. She asked,
"Hi, can I ask why you're here?"
The man said, "My name is Simon. I'm a music producer. I saw your daughter's YouTube channel and I really like her voice and I wanted to work with her by making her a record deal. If that's all right with you, I would like to talk to you and your family about this." My eyes went huge and I'm pretty sure my mom's did too. My mom opened the door for Simon and led him to the living room and told him to wait here while she got my family. He just nodded and looked around the house. My mom came back moments later with the whole family. Simon told my family that my sister would be signing a contract for the record deal. It's just saying where she will be touring and what day she has to record songs. Of course my mom said yes, but my dad said no because she was going to be by herself, although Simon forgot to tell them there will be another girl touring with her as well, along with the One Direction boys. Mabel was so excited to know that she actually has talent. Everybody is so proud of her. I'm just scared that when she leaves to go on tour that my dad will only get worse. On late Saturday night, my dad went out. He never tells us where he is going, so we don't ask. It's clearly none of our business, even though it is, but whatever. Have you ever wondered if life ever gets better? I feel like it doesn't. I try to make the best of every day, but I'm sick of pretending that everything is okay. If I told anybody about what goes on in my house, they wouldn't believe me. They would say that I'm only doing it for attention, but I'm not. Everything I'm saying is true. I don't lie about this. My sister leaves tomorrow for her first tour. She's been practicing a lot, and I barely see her anymore. And like I predicted, it did get worse. My dad would come home drunk and crash on the couch. But one night, he didn't come home. We got a call from the police that he was in jail because of drinking and driving. My mom didn't care. She wasn't gonna bail him out. He needed to learn his lesson. My mom decided that my sister and I should go to bed because we have a long day tomorrow. So we all went to bed. On Saturday morning, my sister and I got up and ate breakfast. After we ate, we had to go change because my sister needed to get to the airport at 8 o'clock. I was already in the car. My sister was coming to the car with her bags. I was already crying because I really don't want her to leave. I know everything will only get worse. We are on our way to the airport now. My sister was hugging me while she cried, which only made me cry more. Mom was driving and would occasionally look at us through the rearview mirror. We arrived moments later and said our goodbyes. Few weeks have passed and my father has been abusive, more than he was with when my sister was here. I texted my sister